There will be a brief announcement regarding some future content at the end of this video. A Pact Made Manifest. Anya Deval gazed out of her office over the vast landscape of the Commonwealth. Its bustling cities, its thriving industries, and fertile farmland. A civilization she had worked to rebuild from the ground up. How long had it been since the dystopian days of David Sinclair's rule? Since the execution of her father fueled the fires of resistance within her. Oh, how small she had been that day. Now that little girl had become a mountain of a woman, and she was proud of how far she had come, how far her people had come. What was once despotic had now become prosperous. Sure, there had been some hiccups, the disaster of the exotic energy reactor coming to prominence in her mind. But even those setbacks would bring about more blessings for her nation and people. As the resulting rifts led to worlds rich with weapons, goods, and resources, all theirs for the taking. But policy beyond the rifts was not just looting and raiding. Many forces beyond the rifts also sought those same goods. Some proved hostile. Others, though, were far more amicable, including the one she will be meeting with soon. As if prompted by fate, a communication projector flared to life. Lady Deval, the Oscathian delegation has arrived. Very good. Send them in. Oscathia. An interesting group, to say the least. She heard the reports of the first contact, how their dashing young commander, Halen, if she was not mistaken, rushed to the assistance of a raider force which was assailed on all sides while trying to secure a Kellerite deposit. While their intentions for doing so were unclear, she originally suspected they wanted something in return. And lo and behold, her suspicions were proven correct, for the Dominion had recently inquired about opening talks regarding an exchange of sorts. Though what was surprising to her was that the Emperor himself offered to come in person. And that is where she found herself this day, awaiting the arrival of the Emperor of Oscathia, who would enter within minutes. The Emperor wore flowing robes of gold and purple, which merged with a suit of advanced ornate armor, though the scars along it indicated that while it was many things, ceremonial was not one of them. And his demeanor, while confident, did not carry any trace of spoiled arrogance. Anya was glad to see she would not be talking to a brat who grew up playing at war. Her gaze then turned to the ones flanking him. These men and women were clad in red and silver power armor, each wielding a massive poleaxe and rifle. These must be his bodyguards. You must be Anya Deval. I must admit, the stories do not do you justice. I am Alexandros XIV of Tarathon, Emperor of Oscathia. The now identified Emperor Alexandros extended his hand, a gesture Anya returned. I am honored. Now, you wish to discuss an exchange? She asked as she bade her new guest to take a seat. Straight to the point. I can respect that. You are indeed correct. To be exact, I'm here to discuss opening trade between our nations. You see, it came to our attention that you are in need of calorite, something we happen to have an abundance of. Come now, what makes you think we have need of such material? A smile graced the Emperor's lips. Why else would your soldiers fight so hard to secure it? The next chuckle was genuine. Fair enough. But what's in it for you? Surely you don't expect me to believe that you're making this offer from the goodness of your heart? Of course not. What we seek in return is a material known as aetherite. Massive deposits of which can be found on this world. So that's it? She was surprised to hear that this was so simple. You have something we want, and we have something you want? Exactly. A simple exchange. Far more efficient and beneficial to both of us. Of course, we can always fight over it, but I doubt that either of us want to engage in such wasteful activities. So what do you say, my lady? She could not argue with that logic. So with a smile, she responded as she pulled out a bottle of refined brandy. We have a deal. We can let the ambassadors hammer out the details. Tell me, Emperor, do you drink? Asking as she pours out the amber liquid. The Emperor reached for one of the glasses shortly afterwards. On occasion, to the prosperity of our nations, and to an interesting future. I really hope you enjoyed this entry. If you did so, please be sure to leave a like, comment, you know the drill. But now, for the announcement in question. In the recent poll I had posted, it came to my attention that there is some interest in world-building projects. So in the near future, I will be uploading a few overviews on some worlds that I have planned, each one representing a different genre. Afterwards, I will post a new poll to determine which one you all want me to concentrate on. And by that I mean the winner will receive a dedicated series. With that, thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you next time.